easily been the best 3 years of my life. And, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna, forego my senior season and enter the 2013 NFL Draft.
Underneath, Lattimore, touchdown, South Carolina. Back to the ground, Lattimore, touchdown. Good looking South Carolina drive and wide open out of the backfield. Lattimore again, like that, touchdown.
Dumps it off to Marcus Lattimore across midfield, breaks a tackle, he's in the open, Lattimore to the end zone, touchdown South Carolina.
Lattimore breaks that first tackle, breaks free, Marcus cuts it back. Lattimore broke one tackle, two tackles, three tackles, still on his feet. And he's headed to the end zone, touchdown South Carolina, 21 more for number 21. To Lattimore for a big hole. Into the secondary. Willing to give them the lead.
Chuckles or Munchie? Who's got the better name in college football? Lattimore wrapped up by Lathers, and the ball came out, but they're going to rule Lattimore down, and Lattimore is hurt.
Oh no.
Marcus Lattimore holding his right knee. It was his left knee that he injured last year about this time against Mississippi State. Tore his ACL, missed the rest of the season, and then had the hip injury a couple of weeks ago.
Oh no. You feel for players in this situation. They went low. He's such a physical player that a lot of people go low to tackle him, and his legs take a beating.
So here's Lattimore on the carry, and the linebacker Lathers comes in and hits him in the right knee.
Oh no.
They're still looking at the right knee of Marcus Lattimore after on the carry he got hit low. Now you may want to turn away here. You're welcome to watch. It's not pretty. Lattimore with Lathers on top. You see number 24 in white, Gordon, come racing in, helmet on knee.
Yeah. Oh.
And they've been working on him now for a good 5 minutes.
Well, they've got to get that immobilized, secured that knee.
How about a class move by Tennessee? Also, a lot of the defensive players for Tennessee coming over to check on Lattimore. They have so much respect for him, and he's a well-liked young man around the SEC.
Absolutely. I mean, they respect him as a football player, respect him as a man and a person. His entire team, they just elected him captain.
Right.
You know, they had 4 seniors that were elected captain, and Marcus Lattimore was the only non-senior elected as a captain just this week. So much respect from the entire team for Marcus Lattimore.
In fact, they were supposed to do that last week because they knew Lattimore was going to win. They said, let's go ahead and do it now. Let's vote now. They did, and Lattimore did win as the only non-senior captain, permanent captain, after they were going with alternate captains the previous 8 games.
And there's not a lot of players in college football that would get this kind of response, both from your team but also from the other team. And they know how hard he's worked. They know how emotional this time is for him. And so many questions now about Marcus Lattimore's future, and you just feel for the young man.
Some family members of Marcus from Duncan, South Carolina.
You can see so many of these players are visibly emotional You know, this is one of your teammates, one of your brothers that you love so much. Players from the other side are emotional. Fans in the stands are emotional. They know what Marcus means to this team. They know how hard he's worked. And it's hard to go back to the game after something like this happens for these players.
So how do the coaches handle this, especially Steve Spurrier, when it's your guy that has gone down, your leader, your best player?
Well, you can't avoid the emotion of this. I mean, it's not just losing your best player. This is your emotional leader. And you feel for him as a person and a player. There's no way around it. It's hard to go back to calling plays. It's hard to go back to executing on the field. But you've got to put it aside and say, Marcus would want us to go out and continue to fight and execute and win.
Standing ovation for Marcus Lattimore. Hopefully we'll see him run back out of that tunnel.
Today's a little bit more of a aggressive day for Marcus.
We're just going to do work in here. That's all.
Gotcha.
We get a little bit heavier with our weight, our resistance, a little more movement-based.
Physical therapy in the morning, getting warmed up, just getting ready to work hard.
Do your good leg first.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh, it's all mental. Your knees fine. You know, the ligaments are strong, and your legs are getting stronger.
Marcus Lattimore's voice is one of experience. Last fall, he'd recovered from the 2011 ACL tear in his left knee, and he had run so well that he inspired debate over how high he might go in the draft should he choose to skip his senior year. And then came the game against Tennessee.
We ran, you know, one of my favorite plays. A guy, I didn't even see him coming from the left, came and hit me directly on my knee. And I seen my kneecap outside my leg. And I knew something was wrong then. And felt like a nightmare. You know, just to be that close to your goal, what you've been, you know, working so hard for your whole career. And just to have it cut away that quick.
3 of 4 ligaments were torn, this time in his right knee. Whether he'd be ready for 2013 came into question before Lattimore juked. He declared for the NFL draft, forgoing his final year at South Carolina to devote all his energy, all his focus on recovery.
I felt like I needed to get down to Dr. Andrews Institute where I could rehab twice a day. And honestly, I feel like I'm progressing, you know, faster than I was with my left leg.
Let me take a look at your leg here. Stability is great. His recovery's been 1 in a million. He's way ahead. He's probably recovered twice as fast as what we expected. We're hoping he's going to continue to do that and be ready to play this next season.
Once you push to your heel, squeeze.
This is not an easy injury to recover from by any means. I mean, an ACL is hard, but with all the stuff that he had done, it's even harder.
Take 5 of those. Hold that stretch for 2 seconds.
Everything was all laid out for me if I just, you know, would have stayed healthy. But I'm just going to prove that with God's power, you can come back from an ACL, LCL, PCL, and I'm going to make it look easy. And I'm going to prove that to my family. I'm going to prove that to my city. I'm going to prove that to the whole nation.
After almost 4 hours, 5 trades, and 32 picks, the first round of the draft was over in New York City. And for the first time since 1963, no running backs were taken. The following day, one of those backs met with his agents in Atlanta to discuss what to expect in rounds 2 and 3.
This conversation is all about managing expectations, and you've got unique circumstances in the sense that obviously you've had a very significant injury, and there are going to be certain teams that just absolutely take you off their board. You need to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for it not to happen tonight.
The dynamic that comes into play a little bit tonight is some of those teams that Pat and I've talked to you about, the Niners, the Titans, the Patriots. A lot of those teams hold multiple picks in the second or the third round. I think the window opens today, but in the draft process, it's always something where you hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
By nightfall, the Lattimore clan had moved to Stone Mountain to watch the second and third rounds.
It's Friday night. It's a big possibility I might get drafted tonight, so I'm going to go in there and watch the draft, see which running backs are taken off the board, so it might be a good night.
His excitement turned to disappointment when 6 running backs were taken in rounds 2 and 3, and Lattimore wasn't among them.
When I seen a bunch of RBs come off the board, I knew, it was a chance for me to be next, but unfortunately it didn't happen. I'm a little disappointed, I ain't gonna lie. But, for what I've been through, it's really nothing, so I'll be looking forward to tomorrow.
Changing the scenery, and maybe his luck, Lattimore moved his base of operations to an Atlanta restaurant before Saturday's 4th round.
Today's the 3rd day of the draft. I got some good sleep, because I know something good gonna happen today, so I'm really excited. Hello? Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Man, I'm excited. You got me pumped up, the whole family pumped. I can't wait to get there, Coach. When I picked up the phone, it was the 49ers. My heart was just beating as fast as it could, and it was just joy. That's the only way I can describe it.
The San Francisco 49ers take Marcus Lattimore. You think it'll pay off in a year or two to come?
First of all, he's the best back in the draft. He's a first-round pick. When you are in a position of strength, you can draft a player you don't need right away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait.
I'm so excited right now. I don't know what to do. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can exhale. I'm so happy for him. He's worked so hard for this. So hard.
There's been a lot of good times, and there's also been a lot of bad times. And a lot of, having to find myself and find who I am. And I just got to go in there and work hard and be determined and help my team, win the Super Bowl in any way I can.
The Niners are now on the clock. Let's listen in.
With the 34th pick of the 4th round, number 131 overall, the Ladies of the Empire, on behalf of the San Francisco 49ers, select Marcus Lattimore, running back, Southern Carolina.
Marcus Lattimore goes to San Francisco. Wow.
Frank Gore.
Frank Gore, absolutely.
That's what I was going to say. With injury issues, with a knee problem, coming out of Miami, and has had a heck of a career. And you look at Marcus Lattimore, the way he runs, it's a top 10 to 15 pick in the 1st round. He's a 4th round pick because of the knee injuries too. Significant knee injuries at South Carolina, but this kid is a tremendous young man, works harder than anybody. He will never fumble the football. He'll block for you. He's a tremendous football player, Trent.
High work capacity. When you're going through struggles, you're coming off injuries, you've ever high work capacity, high character. Marcus Lattimore has it. You know who else did when he was injured coming out of college? Frank Gore, who's become one of the best backs in the league. Once again, 49ers, brilliant pick for them. Marcus Lattimore, as Bill Polian said earlier, will be able to redshirt. Frank Gore has a lot of juice in the tank. Kendall Hunter will be coming back from injury. The Michael James showed huge productivity late in the year and in the playoffs for the Niners. It gives Marcus Lattimore a year to redshirt, a year to get completely healthy, and then transition into a beast of an offense where his skill set fits perfect.
I'm excited for Marcus Lattimore. I think that this is the right place for him, and if he's ever going to make it, this is the right organization to allow him to take the time that he needs to get back and get ready and to finish what he started.
If you just listen to him talk about his process and talk about, there's no bitterness in his voice. He just says, look, my story relates to everybody. Everybody can understand what I've been through.
You ready? Marcus Lattimore, San Francisco 49ers. Running back, 6 foot even, 225 pounds, 4th round, 131st pick, University of South Carolina.